channel. If you are new here, I am Addie Bell and I do videos on makeup and beauty and skincare, and this month I'm also doing Vlogmas. So this is day 5, although it's December 7th. This is day 5 for me. I don't do any social media on Sundays, and I had to take a day on Monday as well. So we are back and at it this week with Vlogmas, and I'm doing a 2-part video. So today and tomorrow will be my makeup inventory video. I like to do these videos at the end of the year just so I have a base to see everything that I have, and so next year I can come back and look and see what I have used up and what I'm not using and things like that, so I can be more careful about what I purchase as well. And so I will be just doing my bases this week, so face products, my foundation, my primers, my concealers, blushes, bronzers, highlighters. So that's a lot of categories. Sounds like it's going to be a ton. It kind of is, but it isn't. I don't have a ton. I have like a little bit of makeup, a little bit of a lot of makeup. So anyways, I just want to show you what I have. This can be really helpful just in terms of knowing what type of makeup that I like. If it's in my collection, I normally like it, and I am going to do a tiny bit of decluttering as well of things that I'm not using, that I don't reach for, and give those off to someone else. We're going to start here with the primers, and hopefully it will start focusing in a second. So I have like different categories of primers. We'll start out with the one I use the most. There we go. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I love this stuff. It's so good for just being able to get your makeup to stay on for a really long time, and it's a really good for your skin, and it's a really nice consistency as well. Should have done my nails before I decided to do this. So I normally do that. I normally use this if I'm going to be wanting my makeup to stay on for a long time. So if I'm doing, want my makeup to stay on all day, if I'm just doing a quick look for the evening or something, that's not something I will start out with. Another primer I've used a lot is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is a great primer. I love how it feels on my skin. It is a very moisturizing feeling, and I feel like it's one of the best primers that I've seen just in terms of keeping your makeup on, and the biggest thing I want from a primer is helping my skin stay moisturized while I have makeup on. I don't want my skin to dry out because I have dry skin, so both of these primers are really good for that. I also have the Tatcha, the Skin Canvas Primer. I don't pick this up a lot. I find it very, even if you look at the difference of the colors of these two primers, they're exactly the same, and I feel like they have the same consistency, and they do the same thing. So I think you get this one, and you get a better price, and then the Tatcha one came in like a fun little skincare thing that my husband got me, and so yeah, I've enjoyed using it, and it does what it's supposed to, but I think the e.l.f. is better for your money. The next primer category I have is primers that I want to make my skin glowy. So both of these, this is a Milani Glow Focus, and this is the Lumi Lotion. Both of these are just something you could combine with your foundation, or you could put down before you put foundation on, and it just really gives you a glowy skin tint. I'll put both of these on my hands so you can kind of see what goes on. I always forget that this one is a pump, and I'll take the lid off every time. So this is the Milani one. This is the Soft Focus Glow, and so you can see as I'm putting this on that it just gives you a bit of a shimmer. It does have like an orangey tint to it. I feel like that's kind of color correcting, so it works for me, but if that's not good for you, you can also get, this one has more of a pink tint. So this is the Lumi lotion from L'Oreal, and you can see that has more of a shimmer to it. So I do prefer the L'Oreal one, this one over the Milani Soft Focus Glow base, shimmery base. And then the other primers are sunscreen now after you do your skincare. And so I keep this in my makeup drawer because these are both great primers as well as sunscreen. So I don't feel like I have to have a sunscreen and a primer. And the Glow Screen does the same thing that these two do, but it also protects your skin. And then the other sunscreen primer, this is called the Unseen Sunscreen. This is also SPF 40. It does not give you a glow, so I don't reach for it as often, but it is a really good primer. It's weightless, it's scentless, it's oil-free. So it does just, it's great. It's kind of just a primer. It doesn't have that extra glow to it, and that's why I don't reach for it as much, but it's still a great option to have. It's an interesting texture, and I use it. I don't use it a lot. I thought I would use it more than the Glow Screen, but I actually don't. And so I've repurchased the Glow Screen several times, and I have never repurchased the Unscreen sunscreen. So I'm not sure if I'll repurchase that or not. I do think it's a great, like actual, just like if you're going to the beach and not wearing any makeup, sunscreen, because it goes on your skin so well. It kind of feels like skincare. So those are my primers. After I prime my skin, I go in and I look at all my foundations. So these are all my foundations. I try to keep my foundation collection very small because it's really hard to use up foundation if you have a ton in time, and it's also very hard to know what type of foundation will work for your skin. So I like to always have one that like I'm trying out, and then some that I love, and so on and so forth. So we'll start with the one I've been using the most, and that is the Rare Beauty. This is their weightless, I think it's called, foundation. Love this foundation. It's what I have on my face today. It goes on really well. You don't have to use very much. It has really good coverage. The only thing I would say, it's very mattifying, and so because it's so mattifying, sometimes I think it's a bit dry for my dry skin, but I love it still. And I use this a lot. The unfortunate thing about this one is I just got it in too light of a shade, and I was kind of hoping that in the winter time that I would be that fair, but I just don't think I am. So I think I'm gonna have to gift this to someone else because it's just so light on my skin. Too light. The shade I have this in is warm beige. What? Why is warm beige too light? And the color I have the Rare Beauty one in is 180W. So anyways, another foundation I've been using a lot is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This one is like the $10 foundation that is amazing. It's luminous and dewy, and I have it in the shade, I don't think it has a number. I have it in the shade Soft Beige, and this is just, once again, you're going to hear me say dewy and glowy. This is a foundation that has a really glowy base, and I have really enjoyed using this. Now, if you have oily skin, I don't think that this would work for you, but I love this foundation because it just has such a nice base, a really good, look at that, so shimmery. And I took all the glow off my hand already. You've seen me use the rag to wipe my hand off. So anyways, I have loved this foundation. If you need a good cheap foundation, go to this one. Is great. The next foundation that I need to just get rid of because it's kind of getting gross. I really like this, but this was super comparable to the e.l.f. Camo CC cream, which I've used an entire bottle of that. I don't have it right now because I'm using other foundations, and I stopped using this for a while, and I just felt like it got a little separated. Anyways, it is a soft tinted foundation. Like I said, it's very comparable if you like the e.l.f. CC Camo Cream. And then the last foundation I wanted to talk about is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. This foundation has hyaluronic acid, turmeric, and ashwagandha in it. It is the most beautiful packaging. That's probably what I love the most about it, which isn't a good thing because you want to love the actual thing. Also, all foundations should have a pump like this. I'm telling you what, this pump is, I like wish that I could get all my foundation to have a pump. So anyways, love the packaging, love the pump. This is another one of those cases of where I feel like I got the wrong color because this is a little pink. But I've been able to make this work. I really like this. I've just found a little bit more irritation in my skin after I use this. I have pretty sensitive skin, and so I don't reach for it as much as I would like to because of that. But it's a very pretty base, and it goes on really well. Those are my foundations. I have a little bit of everything. I have a matte, I have a dewy, I have a serum foundation. So I kind of like to keep that up, but other than that, I don't like to have too many foundations. And I'm going to get rid of these two. So now I only have 3 foundations, which is fine and great because then I can go and try some more. Next category is concealers. Okay, so we will start with the most used. I have been loving this illuminating concealer from Kiki Cosmetics. It's the Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. This has something illuminating in it, and I'm telling you what, it does such a good job with brightening the under eyes. It is probably my favorite color that I've ever gotten for concealer. So this is from an Ipsy bag, and this might be one of the first things I ever repurchased that I got from an Ipsy bag. It's in the color medium beige, and it's been my favorite go-to concealer, and I keep using it, and so I'm really excited to have found one that I absolutely love. Everybody loved the Tarte Shape Tape, but I found that to be like a little too thick and drying on my eyes, and so I also got this from an Ipsy box, and it's a little tiny one. It's so cute, but I don't reach for it because I just don't like the formula of it. And then another concealer that everyone's loving is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I love the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, but I just don't love this concealer. This may be a case of getting the wrong color because if you can see, this is the illuminating color I like here, and that's the camo, that's the e.l.f. CC Cream. So I think it's just a bit dark for me, and so I think that's probably why I'm not loving it. But it's still not the same as this Be Bright. It's a lighter formula, but it has high coverage and it's very brightening to the eyes, and so I reach for that more. Another concealer I use a lot to cover any dark circles or dark shadows on my face is this LA Girl Pro Concealer. I have it in the shade Peach, I believe. Let's see if it's called Peach. Yeah, Peach Corrector. It's very good for any browns or blues you might have on your skin, and obviously I use it a lot, and it goes well underneath concealer, or you can just use it as a concealer depending on the shade of your skin. So love this. One of my faves. When I bought the Kiki Milano foundation that I just showed you, I also bought the concealer, and I just, once again, think I got it in the wrong shade. I actually like this shade better than the foundation, so I think I can keep this and keep trying it out. So that's the shade. It looks a little dark. So anyways, that may be actually something I give that away. One of my favorite just hydrating concealers, not one that's super high coverage, is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer. And I have loved, if you've watched some of my earlier videos, I had the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Foundation, Serum Foundation, and I love that. So when I used all of that up, I went to the LYS one because I wanted to try it, but I like that one better. I might just go buy it. Anyways, so I got the concealer to go with it, and I really, really do like this concealer. It's very hydrating. It's not drying at all like the Tarte Shape Tape. Just a really good all around easy to use everyday concealer. Another concealer that everybody's been talking about, so I felt like I had to go and join the bandwagon. This would not be something that I would buy on a day-to-day basis or, you know, repurchase, but it was a splurge because of all the recommendations. So I had some extra money to put towards the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is in the color Cafe con Leche, the light 2.6. I love this because it's in a pot and it's a little bit thicker. It does really well concealing everywhere on your face, not just on the under eyes. So I really like this, and it doesn't dry down like the Tarte Shape Tape does. So it's a good concealer. I don't think it's worth the $30 price tag though. So don't buy this if you, there's plenty of other concealers over here. Like this Be Bright one's only $8. So this was just something I wanted to try. So I'm going to keep trying it, but you know, keep that in mind. The last two things I want to show you, they're more of contour kind of things. I don't really contour very much, but I like to have the option if I need to. So the two contour things I have is the Wonder Stick, the NYX Professional Makeup Wonder Stick. You have the contour shade on one side, and then you have like a highlighter shade on the other side. And I don't reach for it that much because, like I said, I don't contour that much. But I like to have the option that I can. So my two options are the Wonder Stick, and then I just recently, I wanted to have like all the e.l.f. cream products. So I bought the cream contour palette. And I do love that this has some cream bronzers in it. And I don't use cream bronzer very much. And so I was excited to start using this. I need to keep using it. I did do a full face on my Instagram of just using all e.l.f. Cream products, and I used this and that, and I did like it. The only thing I don't like about these types of palettes is that I probably will never use this dark shade down here, because why would it's just too dark for me. So that's what I don't love about palettes, is that there's just always going to be some shade that you're not going to use. The next box that we're going to tackle, things are falling out of it, is my blush box. And so I clearly have a lot of blushes. And so I'm going to go through those and talk about the ones that I like. Okay, so cream shadow blushes, I love them because they keep your skin looking dewy and not too dried out throughout the day, more than a powdered would. So my cream products, this is the Fenty Beauty Cream blush in the shade Summertime Wine. The full name is Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush, which is a lot. I really like this formula. It's a beautiful color, and it's super pigmented. You don't have to use a lot, so I've really enjoyed this. I get really scared of this color though, so I need to be brave and wear that more often. Actually, I think I wore it in my last YouTube video, so I was pretty proud of myself. And then this is the Milani cream blush, and I just feel like these are very comparable formula. So if you want to go and get a cream blush and you don't want to spend, I think this is like $25 or $30, the Milani one is a great one, as well as the Honest Beauty cream, also very similar formula and another really fun color. This is probably one of my favorite blush colors that I have. This is in the color Peony Pink from Honest Beauty. Love this blush. Definitely will keep using. I have two sticks here. I think I got the Milk Makeup one. It wasn't an Ipsy bag, but it was, I think it was like a free Sephora. I like this because you can kind of just dot it on your cheeks. But it's not anything super special or different that you would have to go out and purchase. Same with the e.l.f. I feel like the e.l.f. multi-stick, because these are kind of similar, the Milk Makeup and the e.l.f. This one I don't feel like blends out as well as the Milk Makeup one does. But I really love the color. So those are my cream blushes that I have. Okay, so we're moving on to the cream blushes. I have 5 of those. I love cream blush, and I've probably mentioned these more than 10 times on my channel, so I don't feel like I need to talk about them too much more, except that they're the Flower Beauty Blush Bombs. I have it in the color Pinched and in the color Nectar, and I love both of these. I use them more in the summer, so you probably haven't seen, if you follow me on Instagram or anything, you probably haven't seen me use them too much recently, but these I love. They're amazing, and they've lasted, I think I've had them for a couple years now, so love these. I just got into the brand Kiki Milano, so you've already heard me mention it a couple times, and here it is again. This is a cream blush, and it's also a lipstick. I think that the applicator is a little weird. It's kind of like it's a soft top, but I absolutely love this color. I do not have a color like this in my collection. It's kind of like a mauve, purpley color. The only thing that really annoys me about this blush, which by the way, it's the Wonder Woman Power Flush Lips and Cheek, is that it smells like old grandma. Like, it doesn't smell like it's old, like it's bad, but it just smells like a perfume your grandma would wear, and that's annoying to me. But I love the color, and after you have it on your skin for a little bit, the smell does go away, so you don't have to smell it the rest of the day. But this is a 2-in-1, so you can also use this on your lips too if you wanted to, but I do think the applicator feels a little strange on your lips. The next product, I like to shake it before I use it, is the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. This is the matte. I haven't gotten their I don't know if it's a shimmer. It's not a shimmer. What would be the word? Matte and maybe shimmer. I don't know. I haven't gotten their dewy blush, but this is a really fun formula. It goes on like a liquid blush, but when you blend it out, it blends out to a powder. Actually very similar to the Kiki Milano one I just showed you. Love this color. It is a beautiful color for winter. I will be using this on my channel for sure. And then you have this really pretty blush color. So I love this liquid blush. And then the last one is the Maybelline Cheek Heat, and this is in the color Rose Flush. This is a very weird consistency. It's like a whipped consistency, kind of. But once again, really pretty color. This does not dry down, so I don't reach for this as much because I feel like it doesn't stay on very long on my skin. So I probably could get rid of this because I'm not really using it that much, and maybe someone else will use it a little bit more, but that color is actually very similar to the Rare Beauty one, but it just, like I said, it doesn't dry down, so it doesn't stay on my skin super well, so I don't reach for it as much. But those are my liquid and cream blushes, and lastly, we have our powder blushes, and the powder blushes, I don't have very many. They are in, some of them are even in palettes, but I have the e.l.f. This is a really fun duo. This is a highlighter and this is a blush over here. It's in the color, I don't know if it says what color it's in, Spiced Apple. And it's perfect for fall. I like the formula. It's good, but I'm just not using powder blushes as much, so I don't use it as much, but I love this color. I feel like it's similar to this color though too, but I like this. This is a great duo. I feel like this and this on top of each other makes for a really great blush. A blush I've been using a lot, and it's mainly for the color, is this Shayna B Miami blush in the color Bellini. I love this shade when you don't want too much on your cheeks and you're just looking for like a natural blushed look. So this shade I have been using a lot and I really love it. So Bellini is the shade. I got this powdered NYX Sweet Cheeks. This was at Walmart clearance, and I just thought this was a really pretty color. Look at that shimmer. And so I picked it up. I haven't actually used it on a look yet, so this is probably my newest blush that I own. It's super pretty. I don't have anything in this color. It's the color Red Riot. It was only like $1, and so I was like, you know, I need to try that. So I thought it was a cream blush when I tried it because it says cream here, but it's a creamy powder blush. So it's kind of got a creamy to it, but it also has a shimmer in it as well. So excited to try that. And then I was gonna lump in these two palettes in this category because they are like a little bit of everything. So this has a bronzer, which you can tell I really love this bronzer, and I've hit pan on it, and a blush. This is the Pacifica Desert Sunset blush, matte blush and bronzer. The color is in Sunset Matte and Desert Matte. Super messy because I've used it so much. Love this shade of blush. And then the other face palette that I love, this is a MAC face palette. I don't know anything else about it. I got it for a Christmas gift and I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna look it up for you, and if I figure it out, I'll put it down below. I think it was a holiday set, hence the like bow over here. Love this. These are cream to powder blush, bronzer, and highlighter, and it is what I have on my skin today. So when you see me close out this video, take a look at what is on my face. I love the colors of this. They're like really nice warm tones. They also go on your skin really well because they're that creamy powder formula. So this would be one of those face palettes that I'm actually using all three. So when I use this blush, I tend to use the highlighter and the bronzer all in one look. The best face palette that I've ever owned. All right, the last category we're going to talk about today are bronzers and highlighters. I put them together because I don't have a ton of each. So let's get the highlighters out first. See if I can get them all. I didn't know I had this many highlighters, which should tell you something because that is a lot of highlight. But let's start with like the liquid and cream ones, and then we'll go into the powder ones. So first off is a highlighter I never use, so I need to get rid of it. This is the Beauty Counter highlighter in the shade Pearl Glow. Number one, I don't like MLMs, so I don't like supporting this brand, but I like supporting my friend, and so I bought something from a party she had. This is like a cream stick, but I just found that this did nothing in terms, I mean, it highlights a little bit, but it doesn't highlight that much. And if you put it under your skin and put foundation over it, you can't see it. And then if you put it on top of your skin, I feel like it moves my makeup around. So I do not like this. Wouldn't recommend, and need to pass it on to someone else. The other liquid highlighter I have that I love, completely opposite of the other one, is this Rare Beauty highlighter. Look at that shimmer. And it is like the blush where it's easy to blend out and it kind of just dries down and you get this really beautiful shade. The next cream or liquid highlighter is the Flower Beauty Day Glow. It is the highlighting glaze. I think you can get this in a couple different shades as well. And this is a really pretty shade. I really do like this. It is kind of balmy like the Beauty Counter one I was just talking about, so it can get a little sticky, but it doesn't move my makeup around, and I find that if I put it on with a brush, it goes on really well, and it's just a really pretty shimmer highlighter. And then the last liquid highlighter, liquid slash cream, this is Refi's. So I bought this kind of too quickly because I think it's like, this little bottle is like more than $20, I think. But I still wanted to try it because I follow the creator of Refi Beauty on Instagram, and I saw her look how beautiful that is. I saw her using this and I was like, wow, that's gorgeous. So I do really like this, but it's very pretty. I like this on top of makeup. It does really well on top of makeup. Okay, like I said, I was not aware that I had this many highlighters, so it's good that we're going through this. The first one, I think this is one of my first highlighters. This is the Milani Day Glow Luminescence in the color Strobe Light. This is a really nice highlighter. So I love to just put this in and brush it on my cheeks, and I just feel like it gives a really nice shade. This is Shades by Shan, and this is a highlighter as well. Obviously, these are all highlighters. Same thing, does really well with this brush. It has more of a, it's right there, gold tone to it. So this one has more pinky tones. This one has more gold. I believe this is another Ipsy box thing. This is Saint Lux, and this is a rose quartz highlighter. This one is a little light for me. You can see there. It's really pretty, but it's a little light. So this would be one that I would pass on because I don't use very much. As well as this Honest Beauty one. This is the Honest Beauty Midnight Reflection Luminizing Glow Powder, and it is very light. It's got this fun little rounded, but I think that's almost lighter than that one. So both of these are just really light. I just don't reach for them very often. Like I said, I don't think I even realized I still had them, so it's a good thing we're going through. And then this is the highlighter I've actually been using the most recently. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow Icy Highlighter. Whoops. I don't think things need to have such crazy names. The only unfortunate thing about this is that the lid came off, and that just always turns me off to a product because it's just hard to use now because every time I have to take the lid off. But once again, with this highlighting brush, I just brush it in and brush it along my skin, and it just gives the most pretty glow. You can kind of almost see the glow on the highlighter. One thing, we talk about face palettes, I only like this side. This side is it's got some actual glitter chunks in it. Let's see if I can get them to show up. And so it's just a little much. I do really like this highlighter. This would probably be my favorite drugstore highlighter that I am using at the moment. So those are my highlighters. We're almost done, guys. We're going to keep going, and now we're going to head into our bronzers. So these are all the bronzers I have. I'm actually kind of proud of this little stack because I just like the fact that I use up my products. I'm panning on two of these, so that's also cool. So I get to try another one. But everybody loves the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This was my first try at the butter bronzer, and I do love it. It's coming apart, and I lost some here. You just saw it fall out. But this made me fall in love with the butter bronzer, and I went ahead and then bought a full size of it. This is just the full size butter bronzer. It also came with this cute little compact, and it's got a little brush with it. But I'm not really sure, like, who puts their bronzer on with this like that. I don't know. But as you can tell, it's pretty dark. It does blend out really well. I just haven't reached for it too much, but that's just because I'm trying to get through this one. And I feel like these are pretty comparable. And once I'm done with this one, I will definitely be using up this one. Okay, the last bronzer, and the one that I've been using in almost every video, I don't even talk about it anymore, is the Fenty Beauty Bronzer. What I like about this is it's got a little bit more of a cream in it. It's a creamy powder formula. This is the Sun Stalker Instant Warm Bronzer in the shade Private Island. And it just goes on really well. It blends out really well. This is what I have on my face right now. And like I said, I'll show you my face, obviously, to show you what I have on. But this would be a go-to bronzer for me. I don't feel like I need to switch out bronzers through the winter or the summer. I just get less heavy-handed in the winter. And so that's why I just keep the same bronzer until I'm done with it, which isn't as exciting because I don't get to try as many, but I just try to use up products, and then, you know, once I use it up, I can go and try out a new one that someone has recommended. So that is all of my bronzers and highlighters. You can see my hand is very highlighted with all my different highlighters. Last thing I wanted to end with, because I didn't mention it, I don't really have a category for this, but are my powders. I like to have a loose powder and a pressed powder. So this is the number 7 translucent pressed powder. I always make sure it's just a translucent powder. It comes with this, and I actually use this applicator a lot. I don't use a lot of powder. I have dry skin, so I just don't feel like it's necessary. But when I need it, I normally reach for this one more than I reach for this is the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, and I do like it, but I don't really use a loose powder too much, so I don't use it a ton. But as someone who does makeup a lot, it's just always good to have a loose powder sitting around in your collection. So those are my only 2 powders that I own and I will be keeping. That is all the makeup that I'm going to talk about today. Like I said, this is a 2-part, so I'm going to do, tomorrow I'll do eyes and lips. So all my eyeshadows, my eyeliners, my mascaras, and lipsticks, and lip liners, and lip glosses. So that'll be a fun thing. That'll kind of close out my makeup inventory. There won't be anything else to go over. And then after that, we'll just keep going on with Vlogmas. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, follow along with Vlogmas, and then I will be posting obviously more videos even after that. So thanks for being here today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.